One,
One,
two,
two,
three.
three. Cheers. I didn't even hear yours.
I
Did you hear
think
mine?
the frequency just collapsed.
Maybe. The frequency clapped. We should have clapped, not the frequency. But okay.
Hi,
So
Tamas.
welcome to the new year, Boris. How
Welcome
you
to the new
doing?
year. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I still can't find myself in this year. We'll see how things will start to open up, bloom within few
I heard
months.
there was
I
blue
hope.
sky yesterday and
It
today.
is. It is. It is. It is ridiculously cold. First of all, the
You
sky
mean
is blue.
amazingly.
Just no. Unfortunately, nothing amazing about it. So, uh, I've seen somewhere in the southern part of Estonia, it was around 25, I think, degrees below
25 real
zero,
feel or 25 actual degrees?
and 25 actual degrees.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I so want to be there.
So, but you will have your bit of taste because next week the warmth will come in, so it will be something like +1, +2. But then forecast is telling that a week after it will immediately drop back into the abyss
Beautiful.
of abyss of frozen hell.
Beautiful, beautiful. I cannot wait. But get away from this gloomy, well, for you, conversation. What made you smile, Boris? What makes you
Uh,
smile? What made you smile?
I've been thinking about that. And well, I live on the ninth floor. My apartment is on the ninth floor, and I have a very big window, and I have a very beautiful view
Did you want
over
to jump
the.
out?
No, it
Good.
it won't make me smile. It would make me scared. That's not a smile. But I have this beautiful view on the old city, on the houses near. So I have really open and beautiful view. And what made me smile? I've been thinking and fireworks.
Hmm.
So this new year, for some reason, I think because of my kid and his friend, who was also with his parents in our house, and they've been um, admiring the view like a true kids, like with this wow effect, this because the sky was really
Hmm.
filled with all
Lit up.
those lit up. It was overfilled with vivid colors and explosions. I do understand that at this point of time, a lot of cats and dogs, especially dogs, they would be really scared and afraid and having a stress. But I mean, from the visual point of view, from this perspective, that what made me smile. I was not paying attention in the previous years because I mean I've been there for quite some time, and I was not paying attention on how beautiful the fireworks actually could
Hmm.
be when you start looking at the sky and you start, not counting, but actually paying attention on what sort of explosions are happening.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that would make me smile.
I guess also from that high up, so from the ninth floor, you have a much, it's a better vantage. I think that's viewpoint basically. So you kind of see a much bigger and wider horizon, and you can see like kind of take in much more than if you are just sometimes you are inside and hear, oh, there is a fireworks and you run out, and then it's half of it is blocked by buildings or whatever. But if you are on top of a building or very high where you were, it must be beautiful. I actually saw uh, one of our unnamed colleagues shared something on Instagram of the video of the fireworks, and I just noted as well, like it was fucking crazy. It was like really like this like there was like machine guns and and the sky was bright. Um, I remember so in Durban as well when I stayed stayed there for Christmas and for New Year's for quite a few years. Uh, so I stayed in an apartment on the beach of the ocean, and not in Durban, but in a town like 10 kilometers from Durban. But my view, my balcony actually looked towards Durban. And during midnight, the whole kind of coast was also lit up, and it was also actually very, very beautiful. So on one side there was so on one side you see the land, and then all the fireworks, and on the other side, on the open ocean. So Durban is a very big harbor. I think it's the biggest on the in the southern part of the African continent, and there are always cargo ships kind of lining up to go into the harbor. And but like I'm talking like 20, 30 all the time. You always see the lights and everything how they are there, and even they were lighting fireworks. So it was just nice. It's like this day of the evening of the day and the day of the year when everyone just lights fireworks. And yes, dogs, bulldogs, and cats, and probably actually other animals we just don't know of, as in the effect of it is bothering them. But humans are dicks, so
Oh yeah,
we want to have our fun. Listen, also on this topic, is there in Estonia, is there regulation on when you can use fireworks? Because
Yes,
in Hungary, you can only buy fireworks, I think 3 or 4 days before New Year's Eve, and you can only use around that. But I hear fireworks all year round. Not all the time, but I hear fireworks in June and in August and in February and at random times. And I thought it's just like this is not regulated.
I will try to find out the right answer for you for the next time. That will be my homework. But according to my knowledge, the sales of the fireworks are starting somewhere around Christmas time, maybe a bit earlier, and right after the New Year's Eve, the kiosks or the sales points they're closing. So we do not have some specific shop for the fireworks that are open 365 days a year.
Yes. Okay, we don't either. So it looks like it's a. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't a European Union kind of regulation.
I believe you can still purchase something during other time of the years, but officially this is like a short period of time when you can buy it everywhere in the shopping malls and so maybe people are even buying it on the Christmas, New Year's time, and then shoot them out somewhere during the year.
During the year, yeah, maybe. Or you know what? I guess you can buy these things from AliExpress and all those places.
I've been thinking about that, but aren't there any regulation what you are allowed to bring into the country?
Maybe,
because
actually, as I was saying it, I was also thinking that maybe.
Especially it is an explosive stuff.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, I was never. I also admire it. It's really nice, and you can do beautiful, beautiful things. In Hungary as well, the 20th of August. That's how we celebrate basically the foundation of Hungary by our first king, 20th of August. And there's always like so over the Danube. I've never seen it in person, but they always kind of broadcast it in the TV as well. And there is like a 20-30 minutes orchestrated like fireworks thing with music, with patterns, everything.
I beg your pardon. You said 20th of August. You're celebrating Independence Day of Hungary.
No. The foundation of the
foundation. Because in Estonia, 20th of August is also it's not an Independence Day. It's the re-Independence Day when Estonia became independent once again from Soviet Union.
Yeah, so, it's just convenient when I come home, like because when I'm in Hungary, the obviously if there's a public holiday in Hungary, I work according to Estonian law, so it's not like I can take a break, but it's just good that the 20th happens to be the same at both places. So yeah.
And you're like, I'm so proud to be Hungarian.
I actually am. Fuck the fucking politicians.
On the 20th of August, especially.
The 20th of August, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
what made you smile? What made you smile? We haven't been talking
you have been talking, and
for
you
a
said
long
one
time
thing
now.
oh, yeah, we haven't. Jeez, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. But yeah, oh, many things,
It
many
was
things.
last year.
Oh, it was last year. Oh, we can use this joke for a week. Oh, it was like last year.
The dad's jokes are
The
coming
dad
in.
joke, the dad is, yeah. Um, so as usual, so many things that I have forgotten half of them. But
For
one is that I've got a friend in Italy, a good friend of mine. We were colleagues back in the UK, and we
how
sometimes
you
talk.
have got a friend.
And well, I pay for it, so like he's kind of a paid friend.
Ah,
But
yeah,
yeah, uh, but
a
pay as you
friend for a
go,
day.
friend as you go. Yeah, friend forever as long the money is there. No. So and he always sends me like sometimes for my birthday or Christmas or just randomly like last time he sent actually for Christmas now last year, a year ago, no last year. A beautiful Italian like cooking book. It's like the sold over 1 million copies, so it's very. So I managed to literally just before we started to record this, I managed to post. I sent something to him, a nice box of like Hungarian cooking books. Actually, it's not that many available in English, but there were two I could buy. Some sausages, horse sausage. There's also this pig, this Hungarian breed. It's called so the name is Mangalica. I think this is how it's called in English too. It's a furry pig. So it's pig with furs. You probably have seen. So salami from that, and some paprika paste and paprika creams, and some biscuits and some deliberately not the
You
best
guys are
Hungarian
crazy
beer.
about you are crazy about good food, aren't you? So
Oh,
you have a
you mean me or
Hungarians,
Hungarians? I
Hungarians.
don't know.
You no, you have a very wide tradition. I mean, goulash. That's the
Uh,
most famous thing about, or stuffed paprika.
well, this
Again,
is this is
homemade sausages.
this is one of those things that like we like to think, oh yes, Hungarian food and everything, and Hungarian wine and all that. But we have this
You have a
saying, it's
wine in Hungary.
what?
You have a
What?
wine in Hungary.
What? You broke up. So what was it the question? Are you
You
asking
have
if we have
wine.
wine?
Do you have wine in Hungary?
Yeah, we produce wine in Hungary, but this is the point. So all these things, we think they are world famous, but these things are really world famous in Hungary. So that's the kind of the irony. So interestingly, I actually just listened to a podcast about wine in Hungary, and what happened was that basically we are the only in Europe. So wine really kind of started from Europe, France, maybe Italy and whatever, and everything everywhere else, South America, South Africa, which also actually very nice wine kind of industry, and all the wine, all the grapes, everything, they are actually from Europe. But Europe is the kind of, and actually there was some wine production in China as well, a long time ago. But really, where this whole thing started is in Europe. And what's that? Fuck. I'm gonna talk some nonsense now because I don't really know wine. I'm just trying to recite, but like Shiraz, I think that's a kind of that's a wine. I think Cabernet. I think Cabernet is the wine type of the grape or whatever. But the point is,
Cabernet Sauvignon, yeah.
yeah, it's probably the type of the grape. So that's all French. Uh, most countries in Europe, they have their own grapes. Hungary is the only one who we also have our own grapes, but Hungary is for some reason, for some weird reason, is the only one who didn't embrace. So we didn't embrace our own kind of grapes and try to kind of build an industry on it. Winemakers just wanted to make wine and sell wine and make money. So what they did, they they came in and they planted Cabernet. They imported and planted Shiraz and all those kind of things. So basically, we don't produce. I mean, we do produce like these local things, but that's not what we make. That is not the big wine production in Hungary. So basically, everywhere you go in Europe, you will be able to get not only you can get good quality local wine, but it will be that is what they promote outside of their country as well. Whilst in Hungary, most of our wine is like that is kind of famous, and the big wine producers produce is fucking Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz and all this other shit. So basically, in Europe, French makes French wine, and Hungarians make French wine. It's fucked up. So we kind of missed that opportunity. And as for food, yeah, goulash is popular, I guess. And our paprikas, chicken paprikas, and everyone knows we cook with a lot of paprika spice. So we actually we are a really good producers of paprika, even though that is also not Hungarian. I think that is also coming from I think somewhere from South America or whatever. So it's not, or if not, then I think maybe from somewhere in the east, maybe the Turkish gluten, I don't know. So that's not even fucking Hungarian, like forever. But yeah, but we're nowhere near known around the world like Italian cuisine and all sorts of Asian cuisines and whatever. So Hungary is, we have good food, but I don't think it's like the world cares about it as
Well,
much.
you
I know it as
can
much as like
find
Italian.
you can find Hungarian kitchen all around the world. It's not something that
Can you
it would.
tell me a
I think
Hungarian
so.
kitchen in
Well,
Tallinn?
there was one. It called Captain
Exactly,
Turkish.
there was,
Yeah, I
there isn't
mean,
now.
well, the thing is that about Estonia, I'm not sure why, but we are not trying to adopt any foreign kitchens. We're kind of, mm, I can't name it an introvert, but the food in Estonia is quite standard. Whilst when you go to Latvia, for instance, the possibilities and the varieties is way bigger. Then you go to Lithuania, it spreads even more. Not sure about Poland. Most definitely, there is a lot of traditional food. Uh, I do agree that French or Italian cuisine, this is something, fancy stuff. Although, for instance, if we're talking about pizza, it used to be a poor man's food, but then instantly it just became a big hit in States, and now it's one of the most popular
Yeah.
thing all around the world. So, but that's what I'm saying. That I've seen you been cooking stuff on your kitchen. You've been, you know, uh, making this Hungarian stuff. Plus, you had a stall in the shopping mall back in SA, and now you've been thinking about opening something like that here. That's what I'm saying. That you are, as the Hungarian, trying to bring the culture of Hungary into the foreign
Yeah, no,
environment.
that is true, but it's far from saying that like our food is amazing and it's like loved by the whole world. But I'm trying my best. Yes, I did have a.
No, it is quite tasty. It is quite tasty. Don't
I'm
get
not
me
saying it's
wrong.
not tasty, but people just don't. They. It's not like half of the world wakes up in the morning and oh, I wish I could just get some Hungarian. It's just not it's just not the
Just
thing.
imagine
Plus, I also
after
couldn't
the
satisfy every need. They need
after
Hungarian.
horrible hangover, what are you going to have today? Oh, I would like to have some. I'm craving for some Hungarian.
No, but it doesn't happen. And the thing is, first of all, what you said about Estonia is I beg to differ. Uh, Dagestani cuisine, all sorts of Asian cuisines, Georgian, Armenian, a lot of obviously post-Soviet things.
Yeah,
Obviously, the Italy, French, it's not worth mentioning because they are everywhere. Um, but there is a lot in Estonia. Dude, when I was in Paris, we were looking for we wanted to go to a
Estonian food.
French no actually I don't know what is Estonian food but we were looking for we actually were heading to a French bistro, so we followed Google, but it was in a district where it seemed like it is only fucking Asian, Thai, Korean, Vietnamese, Chinese. It was amazing, and I was so jealous because we don't have too many Asian. We have a few good Asian places in Estonia, but I don't feel we actually have the real stuff, and especially with the let's just add some triggering statements here. This fucking shit sushi that is in Estonia, and I'm sorry, Estonia, your sushi is so shit. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you putting in like cream cheese into every single thing? Why do you put so much curd, so much sauce over it, mayo and some, I don't know what is the brand is, maybe barbecue or some whatever, and it's like it's horrible, horrible, horrible. And we don't, and there isn't too many kind of good Asian thing in Estonia, but I think there is variety, and I love, and actually, dude, I love the quality of food in Estonia. I think I did mention it before, or maybe only in a private conversation, but my impression about Estonia is that it's a small country, but it's a very proud country. And I think people try to kind of show off everywhere they can. And this is true for food as well. So there are a few good restaurants. Well, there are quite a lot of good restaurants. And honestly, my rating, if I had to give it's usually like 4 out of 5, almost anywhere I go. Even if it's like some average kebab place or whatever. And yeah. Estonia has I don't know what is Estonian food. I know you guys like potatoes and cabbage. And when winter comes, you like your very worst, which is the blood sausage and with sour cream and some cranberry jams. But I actually don't know. And obviously you love apple because you have shitloads of apple. But I don't know what is Estonian food. But every time I go to some restaurant that is not Italian or not something, it's just like it operates in Estonia, and I think they just kind of take whatever ingredients they can from around and they make some food. And I like restaurants like Crew. I really like restaurants like Rado, Rastaskave 16. Noah is also not bad. So there are a lot of places. Kodakovik, which is like a small place in BMC, just across almost the road from
If I'm
me.
not
So very,
mistaken,
very, very, very
no,
creative. Sorry, just
no, I
finish it.
just could.
Very,
I was just about to say that Noah probably, if I'm not mistaken, Noah is one of those restaurants that got a Michelin star.
yeah, and I don't know why, because it is not that good. I don't think it is that good. But what I wanted to say is I don't know, I can't kind of define what is Estonian food, but every time when I go to a restaurant that is not one of these Italian or French or whatever, it is just a restaurant made by Estonians, I see creativity. I see there was thought put into the food. I see there is quality. Uh, yeah, so Estonia, don't be proud of Estonian food and Estonian cuisine. It's really, really, really good.
The thing is that I'm not a foodie. That might be a thing why I don't know those places.
Could be.
But just taking into the comparison, when I was on the way back from Germany, and we were traveling through Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. The food everywhere was simply amazing. I mean, we made a stop in Poland, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. There was a huge shopping mall, so nothing fancy. And the food there was simply amazing. And then when we made a final stop before entering Estonia in Riga, and we were dining there.
You're dying.
Yeah, we were dying there. Yeah, we were dying of starvation, and it was some Asian styled restaurant, and I can tell you the quality of the food and the taste of the food was simply amazing. Although, I mean, I do agree with you that maybe Asian food in Estonia is not presented that much, and those places that you can find it, they are not maybe the toppest quality. I'm not talking about sushi. I'm talking about Chinese and all this. But the ones that we tried back in Riga, it was just simply amazing. And not to mention the service was quite on the highest level possible. the waitress, she was making us try completely new and stuff that we haven't tried in our life, and we never even
Mm.
thought about ordering something from them. I mean, the bill was okay, but it was really good, extremely good. That's what I'm saying. That she knew what she was offering.
Okay. Well, I travel to those countries, as I drive back to Hungary, and then I will not travel to those as I drive back. I actually never stopped anywhere to eat apart from Bialystok in Poland, which is where I stopped for the night. And there's good food there. But maybe I should actually stop somewhere in Lithuania to grab something. Just on the Asian stuff in Estonia, just to kind of.
You should try in Lithuania the famous famous Zeppelins.
Okay, what are those? And what are the
Uh,
sandwiches or like some warm thing
no, no,
or?
no, no. This is um, I can't even. They're extremely juicy, filled with fat. Uh, let
Okay.
me let me let me try to find what exactly is there. But food
Okay, so whilst Boris is
Zeppelins.
Googling for us on the podcast, I would just say that the
It's a
Asian food
potato dumplings made from grated and riced potato.
okay, I will see. I mean, I see. I the thing is, I usually just
They
drive through.
stop food only.
I don't go to any towns, and I don't really actually even want to stop for a longer thing to eat because my purpose then is just to get back where I'm going. But I might just say maybe I will stop somewhere and get. But Asian food in Estonia. I just have to three things that I have to mention just to for the sake of I guess fairness and completeness. So yeah, sushi is shit. I can't change that. Unfortunately, in my mind about that. But there used to
You
be
were
a place.
already damned two
Unfortunately,
times, so yeah.
hmm?
Yeah, okay. I have damned you two times, so you're
That they
cursed.
have. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, so
I
I'm just following my list.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm immune to those Estonian curses. But okay, so there used to be a place. It was called a Washaku Story, which was very near to our office. That was
Yes.
actually good. They had very good ramen. It has shut down, and then the guy, and I forgot his name, but I think
Uh,
he opened
Hero, Hero,
Kampai. He
Hero Kampai. Yes, he was
he opened.
Hero.
I doesn't matter. I also don't remember. So
Uh,
he opened Kampai. And I went to Kampai, and there, I don't know, it wasn't that good. And I think the guy actually since left Estonia. So Vashaku story, I just mentioned that to say that there was
he
something good.
died.
Unfortunately, what?
He died. He has died. He has died. Yes, it happened
I
three or
thought
four
he,
months.
oh,
No, the thing is
months
that
ago. So he left and he
yeah,
died.
yeah.
Shit, fuck. I didn't know that. Oh my God. Okay, that's sad. But so the next thing that is actually good is there is this place called Kanuti Ramen. It is in Old Town. It is actually opposite Guru and opposite the Trimi where we used to go
Hmm.
in Old Town. It is operated by Ukrainians, and they actually make good ramen. To be fair, I've never been to Japan, so even when I say the sushi is shit, I don't know what is the real sushi. I don't know what is the Japanese sushi, but in South Africa, the
The
sushi is
total
very good, and compared to that,
recipe is
this is
from
shit.
Estonia. So
Plus, plus it is for sure that cream cheese doesn't belong to sushi apart from the Philadelphia roll. But so Kanuti Ramen is Kanuti place. I think the place is called Kanuti Ramen. They make good ramen, so I recommend it for everyone to try. Plus, there is a place. I think it's fairly new. It's called the Lee Restaurant, and I haven't been, but I want to go there. My experience with that is I there is this place called Maidla Resort. It's in Rapla. It's like
I've heard
hour and a
about it.
half from
Yeah.
down.
I
It's
haven't been
beautiful.
there, but I've heard
It is
about it.
beautiful, and they sometimes organize. So they have their own restaurant. It's called So Restaurant. I've never been to the restaurant itself, so I never went to eat at the restaurant. But they sometimes I follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and sometimes they announce events where they get they got, and they organized fine dining events basically. Once they got a chef from Sweden, from some Michelin star restaurant, and it was in the summer, so we kind of ate outside, and it was really, really, really nice. And then this other time, they organized an event where it was, I think it was 9 courses, and there were 3 chefs. One, the chef of Seoul restaurant, so that's a Daewoo restaurant, the chef of Rado, which I already mentioned, and the chef of Lee. And his name is Hiro or something as well, Asian, I think Japanese guy. So what the idea was that, so there was 3 starters, 3 mains, and 3 desserts, and each of them made one, and it was fucking good. Everything was good. The guy, the one from Seoul was good. The one from Rado was good, and the one from Lee was good as well. So I want to go to Lee. I haven't been, but even without actually having been, I have tasted food that this guy made, and it was good. So if someone wants to go to get a good Asian food experience, I think it's a kind of a fine dining stuff. So it's less of a street food, more of a just Asian. I think maybe Asian fusion or just pure Asian something. Go. It's good. It's good.
Have you actually tried this? What was the name of this? A restaurant in the sky, or something like that. When
Italian. I've been to a restaurant in the sky, a few skies actually, but in Tallinn there is something.
Yeah. So it's a huge crane coming.
Oh yeah. I haven't sat on
with the platform, and you've been there.
No,
Because
no.
I've heard
I know of it. I just want to go, and I think they were or they are coming to Tallinn.
It's a summer event. They've been almost every year, I think. They are.
I probably always am away or something.
Last time, I don't recall exactly what time they've been here, what time of summer, because obviously it's kind of ridiculous to have this sort of event right now when it is minus 16, especially when you're going up into the sky. And just how would you like to have your chicken, frozen or fresh frozen?
Frozen.
But I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. So
well, I would definitely try.
I'm not sure that I would like it because of the height. Although I'm not afraid of the heights, but I haven't been on the high ground for a long time. I remember when I was in Bavaria and we went into the mountains. I didn't feel well there, not because of the height, but because of the
altitude. So the less.
Yeah,
that's different. That's not a fear of height. That's just like biological. I mean, like you don't get enough oxygen.
Exactly. But I've heard that the place is really good. I think that some of our teams even had the team event.
Oh. Yeah, dude, I want to go. You know what? I don't know if the food is good or not. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I can't say. But even if it is just average or whatever, I like to also, collect experiences, so to say. So I would really like to go up there. I'm also not afraid of height. I know I wouldn't jump off I wouldn't do bungee jumping. I once wanted, and we were, it was in South Africa. We were on a road trip, and we were coming back from kind of Cape Town back to Durban. It's a long road. It's like 1,500 kilometers or whatever. And I think one of the world's tallest bungee jumping places there, over like a big bridge that kind of goes over a big canyon. And we stopped, and I looked down, and it was beautiful. I'm not afraid of height, and I don't have this fear of height. But the idea of like jumping off is fucking scares me. So I didn't even like try to kind of put the harness on.
One of the girls from South Africa, she recently did that bungee jump. I don't know if that's
It's called
Blokkrans.
Blokkrans, if you know the Blokkrans or something. Blokkrans is the name.
So she has shared the video, and I mean, Probably I'm a simple-minded person. I'm not going to jump off this cliff, but it looked really scary. I mean, you have to break yourself into two in order to, jump
Yeah, there is a,
into the
yeah,
abyss.
there is that element. Sometimes I think when it comes to the point when you are up in the basket, if it's a basket or whatever, depends on the setup. But the point is, once you are in the harness, once you're kind of standing on the edge, I think the organizers often just push you off.
Yeah, uh, I just recently saw there was one bungee jump somewhere. I don't know where, but the whole point of this experience is that they're cutting the rope that is holding you. So obviously not the one that is the
Uh, uh,
bungee one,
uh,
but you're kind of tied to the I don't know, some frame
yeah,
in
yeah,
front
it's
of
probably
you.
security initially. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're just literally in front of you, little by little, piece by piece. They're cutting off the rope that is holding you, and blast beat, and you're just falling into the abyss. Uh,
what is interesting is with this is once I went to it was also in South Africa, a place called Oribi Gorge, where it's not a bungee jumping, it's a swing. So it's like a big rope, which is like, kind of
mhm.
attached to somewhere, and then you put a harness on yourself, jump off that thing, and you just swing around. So now even that I couldn't do. So we went there with a few friends, and then first someone did it, and I actually kind of kitted up, and I already kind of went down to this place where you jump off from. Uh, and the other person came back, and it was my turn. And then I just said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I think the guy saw in my eyes that I am not doing it and he wasn't pushing it. And I went down. But what is interesting is, so I, the thing is with these kind of heights, the, this, if it's a swing or this like tallest, whatever, it's a height that you can kind of still, your brain still recognizes that like, if you fall, you kind of die. And you kind of see the details and all that. But when you are up on a plane, I don't know how many 10,000 feet or whatever, and you look down and everything is so far, it's just a pattern, like
Yeah,
the fields and the whatever, and you kind of don't, it doesn't seem real. So I don't know if I would do a kind of a parachuting but maybe I would because it is not that scary as when you are actually close to the ground and it's kind of a reality. I don't know.
but
It's a weird feeling.
what will happen with your brain when you're actually parachuting and you are starting to reach the ground?
I'm not
I
afraid
mean,
about my brain. I'm afraid about my heart. I mean, I'm just scared I'm gonna get a heart attack or something. That's like
uh, just recently I got a present for the Christmas, a VR set, Oculus Quest,
yeah.
and and there is a game. It called something blank experience. Some
Mm.
guy's name, blank experience. The graphics is not, well, just you wouldn't be playing this game if that would be
On the
on
monitor,
the
yeah.
screen of the on the monitor. Yeah, but here is different. So you have this VR set in front of you, and you have two joysticks attached to you. Well, you're holding them, but in the game, these are two rockets, and you can
Okay.
fly through the city, and you can fall. So if
Mm.
you're not manipulating them properly, you will just fall. And the speed that you're actually approaching the ground is perfectly measured. So it is an
Realistic.
actual one,
Is that
realistic.
proper gravity? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I did fall down several times, and I'm it's a very weird experience when you see that the death is inevitable, but your body
Yeah.
starts like but your brain does understand that this is virtual reality. This is
What
nothing to do
was
with
it?
it. And so what I'm trying to say that your body experience some sort of shock
Mm.
when your eyes see those,
Absolutely.
the ground is coming near to you. But when you are in the airplane and you see it from the very, very high distance, and you have walls, this is very important. For
I
us,
guess.
walls are everything. It's kind of behind those walls, there could be a mayhem, the world end. As soon as you are inside of this capsule, you are absolutely fine. You're
It
safe.
is.
It's the same. It's the same with the kids. When they're scared of something, they're hiding under the pillow, under the blanket, and or under the bed, and they feel safe.
Yeah, it's true. But also thinking back, like even when we land and the plane starts to descend, when it comes closer to the ground, and you can see the trees, you can see the houses, you can see the cars, and all those kind of things. It is somehow much more scarier or real than just being above. And I have the same thing around me, protection around me. I don't know, maybe when you are up there that far, you can think like, oh, something will still happen, like, oh, it can be fixed. But some shit starts to happen when you are like 500 meters above ground or 200 or whatever. Then you're probably fucked. So I don't know. I don't know. Um,
But yeah,
uh,
this is these are the tricks that our brain is playing with us. I mean, um, we are afraid to die. We are afraid to die. And when we see that this is an inevitable thing, we start to panic, although this is not helping at all.
See,
That's what
but
I'm
this
saying.
is, yeah, and this is the same with thing that remember when we were talking about hot and cold and all those things,
Cold.
and I was talking about my theory of how the kind of sensation of fear works, which I think, sorry, sensation of cold and all those things, and the reaction of your body works, which I'm sure it's a Nobel Prize worthy theory, and I'm sure that's how it is actually. But the same thing, yes, your brain will kind of trigger like, hey, you might die, and then you get into the shock or whatever. But actually, it is just your brain that's telling you. You can still stay calm and actually do something about it. Same as like when you get into like some tough situation. Some people freeze. Some people just like completely detach from the actual sensation of, oh, there's a shock or whatever, and they can react and they can actually do something. So it's really up to us. It's not an easy choice because I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy to be in control. But at the end of the day, it's that. You get some signals from your brain that, now you should be shit scared. And you either get shit scared and you freeze, or you just acknowledge it. Yeah, cool. That's fine. I will not do something. And then when you get out of trouble. I don't know.
I don't remember how I came into this idea, but while you were talking about bungee jumping and swinging, and we were talking about food beforehand, I was thinking that if there is a kind of event when you are not a bungee jumping, it might be a bit tricky, but when you're swinging, so you're not the opposite
By
way
swinging, you
to
mean like on a swing and swing,
yes, on swing,
not
yes, like,
not
not
swinging.
not that
Uh-huh.
swing
Okay.
because
It's a pity. It's a pity. It
that's
would have been a good topic.
uh, in the sky, like several ropes, several people are just banging,
Actually,
literally
swinging square, right?
and banging.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking that, for instance, you have a popsicle with you. Would you be able to eat it or to lick it while you are on the swings?
Of course. Why? What do you mean?
I mean, you are screaming your ass off like while you are on the
Yeah,
first,
I would
or you
suspect.
have a plate, or you have a plate with chili con carne. Will it just smash
That
over your
would be
plate?
that would be actually cool to jump off like with a even in a fucking parachute and like have like a plate of chili con carne with you because
And you have to make it in a very proper way, like a
no, absolutely,
straight face.
absolutely. Maybe not on my first parachute jump, but fucking hell, Boris, now you kind of made me want to do this parachute thing just for this. I
You
would say
can
maybe
swim to the
yes.
You can start with a roller coaster. It is easier. At least you're fixed to some
Yeah, but there's a
capsule.
lot of sudden movements in the roller coaster. Although there is sudden movements in the. I wonder if like because with the parachute, once you kind of once you deploy the what is it called, the chute itself, or the or the
Yes,
parachute, whatever is the thing.
it's a
Then you
parachute.
are
Yes.
then you kind of steady, right? You kind of just fall. Yeah, maybe there is wind or whatever, but in roller coaster you are jerked left and right and whatever. Not in
Yeah,
a right,
yeah, just a
not in a good way.
piece
Not in
of
a good way.
shit in the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, this is something to think. Although I'm not sure about what is the feeling. Will you be ready to vomit or something like that?
I don't think
Because
so. I honestly, if you were to be ready to vomit, you would be regardless of if there is food or not. It's not the food that would
yeah, of
trigger.
course. But that's what I'm saying. That some people have a very uh, strong stomach. Some have very weak one. And when you have a high altitude and you are just, rushing towards the
Yeah,
mm, ground, the stomach can do pretty neat things. Let's put it that way. But
yeah,
if you are gliding already,
yeah. Then
then you
maybe
can
it's different.
just
Yeah.
take off the the
Like a little tray that you somehow kind of mount on
yeah,
you,
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
temporary
yeah,
tray. Put out your the cutlery and your china and all those things, and then just like, Buddhist. First of all, I'm sure actually this must be on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure if we Google, well, search for this on YouTube, there will be something like that someone is eating in the thing. Um, yeah, it probably, fuck knows. It might not work because of the wind and all those things. But now it's something that needs to be tried. That's definitely by me. But yeah, so this is it. What kind of made me start. This is one of the things. Now we can start the show. And I still have like many other things that made me smile. Actually, one other thing that made me smile is I tried something called something called a weighted blanket. It can be
So
like 7 to 10 kilograms. It's a blanket that weighs. The one I tried, it was weighing 7 kilograms. It's a
so
blanket.
is there some inlay that
Yeah,
that
so
you
it's
can
I was just reading about these things, and there are two types. Either there is like little glass beads, so the blanket is there are seams in it that kind of split up the blanket into small sections, and there are glass
Mhm.
beads in those things, so they don't go all over the place. Or you can imagine like if there were like giant woven ropes, and that's what the blanket was made about, and that weave, the material is heavy. But dude, so it's supposed to give you comfort. It is supposed to give you, yeah, just a good night's sleep. And I
Did
stayed
it?
with my friends. Yes, I stayed with my friends for New Year's Eve. It was we didn't do anything. Like we cooked and we went to bed at 10, and that's kind of the
Not
guys we
cooked,
are.
just cooked.
Not cooked. We cooked. Oh, now I will. Yeah. But they have this, and I tried it, and I have to say it was actually good. So my neighbors here back in my hometown, they have it. They don't use it, so I actually will borrow them today, and I will use it whilst I'm here. And if I still
So
like
next
it,
time,
I think
please
I think I'm gonna get one.
tell me your experience.
It is good. It is actually good. It's weird because it's heavy. So like when you uh, just imagine normally you would, I don't know, just move the blanket around a little bit easily. It's not easy. It's fucking 7, and there are 10. There is you can get heavier. I think you can get up to like maybe 10 or 12 kilograms. Uh, it's when I go back to Tallinn, I will definitely explore this kind of stuff.
Well,
But anyway, yeah. There are other many things that made me smile, but I think we are kind of running out of time. Um, um, but yeah,
no, it was really informative, I would say, because I never heard about the weighted blankets before. I know that you can. I used myself. several blankets when it was really cold, and I really liked the effect when you have not just one but two or three layers, and
Dude.
it kind of press you in, but at the same time, this first time sensation when you just put it on and still there is no heat in under it, and it's kind of cool and pressy, then it is feeling really nice. But then as your bodies start to heal the environment,
So,
that's where the trouble comes in, when you start to
so,
feel the discomfort. So
so
probably this weighted one, it still gives the air to flow in.
it
It
does. It
just
does. It does. Because I was reading a review of like the 9 best water weighted blankets, and basically they all called cooling blankets, because apparently what happens is, for the ones that have the glass beads, so they're mostly, the fancy ones are uh, made of cotton, and I mean the covering, and because the beads are, these are like not tiny, so there's room between them, so the air can
Mhm.
move. Cotton can also kind of, it's nice and breathing. And everyone who kind of gave a review, they were saying that, like, even in winter when the things are heated up, they don't feel suffocating warm under it, because it actually
Yeah,
breathes
yeah,
nicely.
exactly.
Uh,
That's what
but just one thing before we wrap up. I remember a similar experience from my childhood. So when I stayed with my grandparents, they used to have these fucking massive something that was that was that
exactly.
was filled with
Yeah.
down, the goose down,
Hmm.
and it was like, especially for a kid. For those who don't know what this looks like, it's, imagine a pillow, but kind of increased to like 20 times. So it's really tall and wide and big and heavy.
It was
And
so
your
difficult to
your
move it.
grandparents tuck you under it, and that's it. You motherfucker, you fucking sleep.
And
and
then you're
and that's
done.
it. But it actually reminds me of that, and I know I had so nice sleeps at my grandparents. Of course, maybe because you also were a child and carefree and whatever, but the sensation of like this heavy thing just pushes you down in the bed, and there's no time to fucking fuck around with the phone or whatever. You just like push into the bed, and you are told to sleep, and that's what you do. So it actually reminds me of that too. It's yeah. Okay.
My grandparents, they also had a carpet hanged on the wall. That was a
Oh yeah,
weird
my
thing.
grandparents too.
And I was falling asleep by, following the pattern on the on
Hey Boris,
the carpet.
you you're not making it easy to finish this episode, because I have now something to say to this. So what I as a child made scientific experiments that I only learned about later, that those are actually things. So what happened was, I wasn't falling asleep while looking at carpets on the wall, but what I was falling asleep to is looking at fluorescent Jesus Christ on the wall. So no. I tell you where this is relevant. So
Praying
my
to his
parents are
God.
religious. My grandparents are religious. The Catholic. There's always like a cross on the wall, and that particular Jesus was made out of this like white plastic material, which is the fluorescent. So at night it glooms. It gleams or beams. Fuck whatever. But it's fluorescing, I guess, in green. And what I've noticed, and this is what I was playing with as I was falling asleep, is if I stare at that thing, but like without moving your eyes, it actually disappears. And I was like, I just noticed that, and I didn't know why it was. And now I know why it is, because apparently the way we see, so we don't see static stuff. What we see is the movement. So when something changes from A to B, there's a little delta between the states of the before and the now, and it is that change that your eye, I don't know, the retina and the receptors or whatever are responding to. And there is no such thing. There is nothing for your eyes to recognize and there is no signal going to your brain that you see something. So when I was staring at that little Christ, and I didn't move my eyes, and everything was black, so there was nothing else that kind of was calling my eyes to fire signals, and I didn't move my eyes, and it went black because nothing has changed. If you look up to the stars at night, the reason why you see the stars, and there's a saying that this twinkling stars, you see a little twinkling in the stars. That is because the atmosphere is not perfect, and as it moves, it kind of it's between you and the stars, so that's why you see it. If there was nothing there, okay, it's probably stupid to say you wouldn't see anything, but that's why the stars are twinkling, because of the atmosphere, and that is also why you see most of them. So basically, the way vision works, it sees the movement. And little Thomas made this experiment when he was like 5 or whatever, and he only learned about what this actually means, I don't know, 10 or something years ago. That's the kind of smart child I was. I think you're
Wow.
speechless. But anyway, I think
It's amazing. I mean, without knowing, you just opened the whole universe.
I actually have.
I have a lot of things to say about it, but I think it is
But
time
we don't
to
have a
say
lot
that
of time. Yeah.
it was talk today. Honestly, I really
It was.
enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. Thank you,
And
Tamas.
there's so many things I didn't say, but maybe we'll find opportunity to say it next time.
We
Yeah,
should.
Boris,
We
thank you
should.
very much.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.